Hey everyone, welcome back to my garden. Today we have got another exciting plant and the name of the plant is Canna Stuttgart. Why did I pick this one? I absolutely love Musa Florida variegated or Musa Hawaii as well, and this foliage matches so closely to that foliage. The added bonus is this plant is super cheap and at the same time really low maintenance, and even if it doesn't survive the winter, if you live in a really harsh climate and you forgot to mulch it up, it only costs £7 for the bulb. That's how cheap it is, so it's just win-win in every single scenario. The only issue with this plant is that it can develop brown edging to the leaves, and the best ways recommended to avoid it is do not plant it in direct sun. So I am planning to plant one in pots and pot shade, and I'm planning the other one in direct sun, and I'm just going to see which one does better and which one doesn't. On top of that, it does not have any special requirement. Like all other cannas, they prefer organic material rich soil and keep it moist, free draining. And if you are planting near the pond, these are cool, these are actually bog plants as well, so you can just leave them in the swamp. So either way, it's a win-win no matter what you're planting. In terms of height, I find this quite contradicting. So RHS website says that is kind of one of the tallest canna you can have, so whooping almost 3 meter tall. And when I see a lot of the images, they do not look like it's even more than a meter tall. So even this website I bought it from, they have said it only is tall up to a meter. So I'm not really sure, should it go right back of the border, middle or front. So only time will tell how much faster it grows, and if I get good variegation, that will determine as well my next year's positioning, where I think is the best suited position. So I'm just going to open this packet up and let's see what the bulbs look like. Okay, so just to be mindful of one thing, that if you don't buy from reputable sources, these can come with viruses. So sometimes seller will mention it's virus free, sometimes they don't. I have got this one website called Farmer Gracie. Every time I have actually bought bulbs, which is a twice, they have never been good at surviving. So I'm just going to give it this final go if it does survive, but their customer service is really brilliant, so you cannot fault that. So this one, in terms of rhizome, is quite small rhizome, and it looks like it's been just freshly dug up. And the reason it looks like freshly dug up, because cannas, you cannot really dry store them. Even if you do opt for a dry storage, they need to be kept moist, not like dahlias. So they will die if you just let them dry, and they will shrink and they will literally have no life. So best to store them potted and just keep it moist in between when the winter comes in. So in terms of growing points, I would not say that it has a many. It's only got one growing point, and maybe just one here as well. So sometimes bulbs can come and you can't really tell which one is upside or downside. This one is super clear, this is down and that's up. If I didn't know that, the best solution I do is I put it sideways, so whichever is up or down, I don't have to worry about it. So all these roots, I mean, they look pretty alive, but it's going to generate all these new whitish color looking roots. It's going to generate more growing points over time, but right now I will only get one sprout right there. So more eyes you have, better it is. So I'm just going to open the second one up in case that one has much better growing points. So this is number 2, and that one, looks like eyes will grow right up here. And again, it's not a huge rhizome, it's quite small one as well. I would say a decent size, so it should give me a decent plant this year. And of course, cannas multiply pretty quick if you care for them. In terms of care, I will only give them farmyard manure. In my soil I already mixed that, and I'm just going to give it general purpose feed, which is mostly, you can buy the chicken pellets or you can buy any good quality plant feed, which is I do every month in terms of when it's going to be peak spring, and then I'm going to do it every couple of weeks. I also give it seaweed extract feed as well, which is really every 2 weeks, depending on what I have in kind of my house, what's available. I just go for it, and these are not really fussy plants at all, so let's plant them. So this is the location I have chosen, and this one is part sun, part shade. I will say mostly shade than sun. And I have got right here Canna tropicana, which should come up as well soon. So in terms of planting, the key question is that cannas do not like deep planting. So what I'm planning to do is, I mean, I don't even need to dig because I have already dug up this place. It's quite nice and smooth, and rhizomes can be in all sizes. So rather than me saying dig 10 centimeter or 20 centimeter deep, the key indication I do is don't plant it too deep. So in terms of soil level, which is right here, I'm only going around 3, 4 or 5 centimeters down, and then that's the right kind of level for cannas. And even if you go more shallow than me, it's absolutely fine, but don't go too deep. So if I plant this one right here, so that's side down, I can tell from the roots, and it's quite space underneath. I'm just going to put some more soil in, and we go. Now I'm pretty much at the soil level, so I'm just gonna dig a tiny bit up, and now I am slightly above the soil level, and that should be pretty good. I do not need to water this because my soil is already quite moist, and within a few weeks weather will pick up quite a lot, and I should see shoots coming up here. I mean, right now I don't see how many growing points are there, so it depends on that, and that's how many stems will come up. And this one I'm going to plant in full sun, and then let's see part shade versus full sun, how do they perform. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you do have any comments or you do have any advice, please do leave it in the comment box. And thank you so much. Bye bye.